What's up, Wolfpack? I'm just walking. I am so tired of, the bullshit. Little things are the big things. And, living in this toxic household, I'm, doing my best not to call them the fuck out. Because I need somewhere to live. It's so hard. Because, literally there's this little child, right? And it doesn't want to eat, but, I get it. And then it's just playing, being a kid. And then the mom decides to yell and be like, you aren't listening to me, or you aren't doing what I want you to do. And just overall this control dominance type energy. And it's just burdensome, because then she'll tell the child, go to the room. If you're gonna be crying, go to the room. That's so rude to a little kid that's just trying to feel. Because the kid was playing around, being a kid, and then decided to pretty much stand or do whatever other than eat. And she was probably eating while playing, just being herself. So I just found it so devastating to witness that the mom was gonna yell at her for not eating the way the mom wanted. Instead of just letting the child do their own thing, and just be in peace. No, I'd rather yell at it. Because, if it's eating, as long as it's eating, okay, that's fine. Why do you have to go through so much trouble just to fucking be rude? It's just a kid. And, to tell the child, hold on, I'm at the cat's grave. Let me say hello. To yell at the child because they're not being the way you want them to be is just infuriating. And then if you're gonna put them in the room by themselves while they're crying, that's just abusive. Because that child, is just trying to express their emotions and just be a kid. And then to tell the kid, oh, you can't fucking exist. You can't express your emotions because she was crying at the table, the kid. And to be yeah, if you're gonna be crying, go cry in the room by yourself. That is abuse. Because a child should be held and loved and cared for and told, why are you crying? What are you feeling? What's going on? Did something I say upset you? I am sorry for upsetting you. What can I do better? What do you need from me? And sit through with the child and be with the child and just care for the child, not just, be disrespectful and rude to a child, because they're just a kid trying to live life just like you. And you mistreating them isn't gonna change them into whatever you want them to be, because at the end of the day, they're just a kid, trying to evolve. But how are you gonna help that evolution if you're just gonna pretty much insult them and say you're not allowed to have feelings because your feelings make me uncomfortable? What, is it so illegal to just feel? To just exist? And essentially, according to whoever created the laws, it is because I remember when I got Baker Acted in Florida, there was this there were so many kids in there, but I remember Maria told me that there was a 6-year-old that got Baker acted because she was angry in class, and they decided to Baker act her because she was so-called acting up, you know, aka being a kid with emotions. So the punishment is to be locked up in a facility with no access to your family, other than possibly a call, if you even want to talk to them, because I didn't want to talk to that stupid bitch called Maria, you know. And then what else? Like, there's a kid there with Tourette's at the center. So he just randomly yelled stuff, because he has Tourette's. And the technicians, because they're called technicians, the people who supposedly take care of us, because who needs a fucking technician? Like, I'm sorry, is this tech software? Like, seems like it, because there's like 50 cameras everywhere. Anyway, this people that were supposed to be taking care of us yelled at him and said, "Why are you yelling? We're gonna put you in your room if you just don't stop," and blah blah blah, and abusing him. And I stood up for him and said, "Excuse me, he has Tourette's. You need to stop disrespecting him and just let him be. Who do you think you are? Don't you understand that he has Tourette's?" And they got so mad at me. They didn't do anything to me because I was obviously right. There was also this one time that this one girl came in, and we're not allowed to have hoodies or hoods, especially with strings. So she was like, "Okay, then can you cut off the hood, because I still want to wear my clothes?" And this guy was like, "But it's so nice, don't cut it, blah blah blah, like blah blah blah." And I was like, if she wants to cut it, she should be able to fucking cut it. She has the right to. It's her clothing, not yours. So stop acting like it's fucking yours. And he obviously got upset, you know, being this toxic ass person and just being disrespectful. And I was like, hey, okay, and just let her cut it. So luckily she got to, and I cut mine as well. It's just bizarre how people can be human, simply be human, and then have to be arrested for being human. Look at this shit. That's weird. Like, why do you need so many sprinklers just in such a small area? What the fuck? Like, there's literally water protectors trying to protect the land, and you're just wasting it there, and then people can't drink water. Like, oh gosh. Like, just think about it. Like, right now there's war going on, right, with this water protected stuff with Pipeline 3 and Pipeline 5 and whatnot, trying to take care of Mother Earth. And then they have the audacity to put like 50 sprinklers in just one little patch of grass, whilst there's people, like in Flintwood, for example, that still don't have access to clean water in any other tribe or people, right? Like, it's just, it's fucking sickening. Ugh. People need to wake up. My so-called grandma told me that these are, sorry, you could supposedly eat this. Like, cook it, of course, but, like, you know, interesting. Like, that's the other thing about, Mother Earth. Like, there's so many things that are edible, there are so many things that are medicinal, yet we're taught to cut it and, like, eliminate it. Like, for example, did you know, like, weeds are medicinal? Those weeds that you be cutting, or dandelions are medicinal. I'm not gonna say see, that's also traumatic, because you're just blaring sirens for what? I'm sorry, like, not sorry. I remember when I was in San Ramon, California, I think it was around Black Lives Matters movement, like when that started. Look, and then there's a fucking cop. There was, like, no reason at all for this one cop to just be blaring the siren in the middle of the night. You know, I heard in this TikTok that they would do that in New York in order to scare the civilians back into their homes, or these humans, people, back into their houses, so they wouldn't be outside, or to make them fear being arrested or so on, you know, because of the whole Black Lives Matter movement. So I mean, just think about it. Hearing a siren is just, that means there's something wrong. Someone's about to be arrested, someone's going to a hospital, which doesn't help them, and they just get like this huge fucking bill, and don't get treated properly, because why do I need to pay, like, I think my bill for the last time I went to the hospital was like $40,000? $50,000? Obviously with healthcare insurance it only went down to $40, but why does it cost so much just for me to sit in a building, be interrogated, not have anything happen to the perpetrator, and just have an IV in my arm? I didn't realize it cost so much to just put water and shit in my arm, like, oh wow, and just sit in a building and be fucking interrogated. Yeah, okay. Makes absolute fucking sense. Absolute sense. I'm so over this. Ew, there was still some Gatorade in there. Disgusting. I'm so tired. There's so much bullshit that just goes on in the world. And like, what I'm angry about right now is that I can't just publish these videos freely, but, you know, maybe it's a good thing, because then I could just have them just all go out one day, and then, I don't know, possibly blow up or whatever. I wish it was just easier to access the right people. The only way I have is like influencers on TikTok, and like some YouTubers. But I feel so drained, and these waters, they're still going. I just want peace. The other thing is, like, I was watching Juice WRLD's interview with, like, The Breakfast Club 2019, April 4th. And at some point he mentioned how they put him on ADD medication and a bunch of shit, like so many medications, and he said he stopped taking them because it made him feel like a zombie, like his whole personality would disappear. For example, like, he said he was very, you know, a kid with energy and wanted to interact with people, and then once he took the medication, 15 minutes later, like, all of that energy gone. He had no energy to just be a kid and exist. he just turned into a zombie. Ow, fuck, my eyes so itchy. And anyway, he said he stopped taking the medication, and the dumbass Charlemagne, like, I'm sorry, like, why would you ask that? That's just a stupid ass question. Is that why you make so much sad music? Do you think that's why? How about the fact that people have no rights to be human? For example, you saying that he makes sad music. Like, obviously Juice WRLD's response was just phenomenal, and he was like, no, I'm just expressing myself. It just goes to show how ignorant people choose to be, because it is a choice to be that fucking ignorant, okay? And say, like, is that why you make sad music? What? It's so ridiculous. Like, no one's life is 100% happy. No one's life is 100% happy. He's implying that because he didn't take medication, he is sad. Okay, so many other people take medication, still feel like shit. So many people self-medicate, still feel like shit. So many people abuse substances to escape and are still fucking depressed. And whatnot, whatever other emotion. And you're just gonna sit there and act like you know something actually useful to the people and be like, is that why you make sad music? Because you didn't take your meds? That's like the equity or equality, whatever. Like, that's like my mom saying, like, let's say I just don't feel, I feel anything that isn't happy, and she'll be like, are you on your period? My reply to that now, just thinking, is, are you dumb? Are you dumb? Yeah. But anyway, on a good note, Juice WRLD, like, someone mentioned how he writes songs for heartbreak, and, like, in this interview, and, like, or heartbreak songs, and, like, most men, I guess you could say male artists, don't speak up about that. Like, they all experience it at some point, but haven't spoken about it. And that, to me, seemed like such an activist move on his part, because, you know, Juice very much expressed sentiments other than just happiness and love and heartbreak. You know, he even spoke on anxiety, fighting demons, fighting depression, and so on and so forth. And to me, that's so lovely. I don't know why I choked. Yeah, I think it's just really fucking cool. And I look up to Juice a lot, and Juice has helped me through a lot. Like, the first album I heard was obviously Goodbye and Good Riddance. I very much fell in love with it. Then last year, 2020, I started listening to the new album that came out, Legends Never Die. I think that's what it's called, right? And I was listening it today. It's just nice to have someone, you know, the intro is just speaking up on anxiety, how people should speak up more on mental health and whatnot. Yeah. And Ralph Smart said it, like, this man was crying for help. And to see, you know, like, he had a so-called team, right? This group of people helping him make music. Not be there the way they should have been and just be fake. Like, I don't know them very well. I don't know enough, I guess you could say, but to see him just disappear like that, and the drugs actually take him, like one of his songs said, or some of his songs, really. It's just, wow. Like, it really does seem like such a low vibrational world. It really is, because where the fuck is the love? Deadass. Deadass. Is someone in a tree, or is he just speaking? Okay, never mind. Yeah. I think my phone's getting too hot. So I'm gonna cut this here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Go ahead, share, like, comment, subscribe if you'd like. Enjoy your day, night, whatever time it is, life. Yeah. I love you. Take care.